Suman Dhar from Special Center for Molecular Medicine, Jawaharlal Nehru University. You have heard name of Jawaharlal Nehru University in the recent times, but for wrong reasons. However, I must start this by thanking Professor Rao by raising this question that why there is a dearth of leaders. If you look back in the history, we did not have dearth of leaders. We had leaders in the scientific areas. Name Professor C.V. Raman, S.N. Bose, Meghnad Saha, Ramanujam, the list goes on, G.N. Ramachandran. They were leaders. Unfortunately, now we don't have any leader in the scientific arena who can stand up and say something and the rest of the world will listen. However, there's no point just saying we don't have leaders. The names which I took, and if you look at, they're all before 1950, pre-independent. However, after independence, Government of India, irrespective of which party, they thought that it has to be driven by the necessity. Green Revolution came. Green Revolution came in India. Isn't that something great? Space research. Now we are totally independent in space research. Nuclear energy. There are so many areas we are doing good work. Now there is a paradigm shift has taken place. From individualistic research, it has become more program-oriented research. And wherever there is a program-oriented research, be it agriculture, be it space research, be it superconductor, we have contributed. Now, the question remains that if that happens, how do we create leaders which will come and take over and say, this is what we have done. Now, I belong to life sciences and biotechnology, and I will restrict myself to only biotechnology and life sciences, what has happened in the last 30 years. What has happened in this area, that research has now shifted mostly to institutes. Your supply line is from the university. Thousands of students, they are doing their masters, they are doing their bachelors, and they are the source which are feeding to the research institutes. However, look at the universities nowadays. The few central universities like Hyderabad Central University, Jawaharlal Nehru University, Benares Hindu University, they were the leaders. Allahabad University, biochemistry was actually started in this country in Allahabad University. But look at the status of the universities these days. The reason being, there is a systemic way of looking at that university is only for teaching and institutes are for research. In no country other than India, this distinction has been made. In any country in Europe and USA you go, you can name institutes, but you can also name universities which are equally doing good research. Now, why that happened? During 90s, 80s, Department of Biotechnology started this program of MSc Biotechnology. It mushroomed everywhere. Where are your faculties? Where are the jobs? So you said the constraints. Constraint is also at various levels, right from the planning. If you start these programs without thinking that where are these people going, whether we have the job opportunities or not, then definitely, now I'll give you a data. There are more than 100 universities where biotechnology is taught, and there is a central exam which takes this. Nowadays, each university is actually struggling to fulfill their quota. The reason being, we do not have avenues how and where we can put these students. Now, there is no need to be pessimistic. A lot of good things are happening. Now, if you ask for suggestions, suggestions are not a single suggestions are there. It has to be multifold. I would say, why not the institutes which have been created to cater the need of the country and do the high caliber research, why can't they adopt universities? You are teaching in the universities, you have lack of infrastructure. Whereas in the institute, you have infrastructure, but you don't have that much of manpower. Can we do that? Each institute, if they think, yes, within our vicinity, this is one university which has potential, will adopt it, and the faculties from both sides, they will interact more vigorously. They will interact in a way that we can really do something that I'm not dreaming for Nobel Prize. I am dreaming for a conducive environment where all of us can do research. Innovation. Innovation, we think that it's a buzzword now. But how can innovation come? Unless we ourselves are innovative. In the school, in the colleges, in the universities, we are teaching that you have to be innovative. I'll give you one simple example. Barry Marshall and Robin Warren in 2005, they got Nobel Prize for discovering Helicobacter pylori, a bacteria which causes gastric ulcer and gastric adenocarcinoma. Now think of that, a bacteria which is there in the stomach. What is the pH of the stomach? 2 to 3. Can you imagine anything can grow in that low pH? The answer is no. Whole world before that believed that it is your unusual food behavior, acid secretion, that leads to acidity. These two gentlemen showed no, it is the bacteria which actually causes this, and that's how you get this disease. Nobody believed them. They worked for years. Finally, from the biopsy samples, they showed, yes, this is the bacteria. And if the bacteria is there, then the next question comes, is that how this bacteria is defying this low acid. So that takes on to the next level. Therefore, thinking in an innovative way, which might, this path could be dangerous because there could be returns are very few. But the training has to be in such a way which we don't have at present, that we think in a way that the others do not think. I'll end with this and say that the reason that it has been talked about, there is no job, it's not true. There are jobs. Only thing is, there are not right people who can take up these jobs. There are so many programs. DST has started the Inspire program. Right from the school up to PhD, postdoc, there are fellowships. And the very reason many of us are here, because the system actually supported us. Without spending a single penny from our pocket. We got education. We got everything. So now I think a systemic thinking with all of us, where coordinating and coordination will be very much important among us, and not only among us, with the society, will be the key to go forward. Thank you very much.